Hello everyone, thank you for joining me once again. My name is Nick, we're on the Commodore Amiga, and we're looking at a beat 'em up, sort of like shoot 'em up type of game I suppose, called After the War. This has been published by Dynamic Software in 1989. It comes in two parts. First one is a beat 'em up. If you complete that, it gives you a password to do part 2, and then it's like a run and gun type shooter. Game also came out on the Spectrum, Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64 and the Atari ST. So let's wait for this to load up. But basically, just for a change, we're in a post-apocalyptic city. I believe it's New York, and we must battle our way against, oh my god, against all these fiends to find the entrance to a rail station. Then it gives you the password for number 2. Right, okay, part 2. Biff, baff, boff. So this is like limited moves. Got that punch, I think a duck move. Possibly you can go up on the ledge above. It's moving quite slow at the moment. Sounds very reminiscent of Dragon Ninja, which is a lot more basic than this one. Now, if you had this game back in the day, let me know. It's all about seeing how you would have found the game on the first or second go, rather than expert gameplay. At the moment, it would look great from the screenshots, but it's not moving brilliantly. I'm using the joystick to move around, but it doesn't seem to be right on pace. It seems to be slightly behind the whole time. But anyway, so our energy is in the left, in that bar there. See the enemy on the right, and I think our time is listed by that radioactive bar there on the bottom left. If that goes all the way fills up, you've run out of time, I think. Right, there's some dogs I don't seem to be able to hit here. It's scrolling, well, it could be scrolling a bit better, but it's sufficient. It's possible you might not have heard of this game. Now, if you want to see other Commodore Amiga games we reviewed, they're in the playlist there. Click on my username to get to the channel page. You know the rest, but anyway, click on the playlist and then the tab, and that'll bring your Amiga along with other stuff. Thank you to all the subscribers as we battle our way through. It's all about beating stress. If you haven't subscribed already and you're liking what the channel's doing, then please consider subscribing to help get this channel, which I still consider minuscule, get noticed. When I say minuscule, it hasn't got a million subscribers. It's got, well, more or less 4,000 at time recording, and that's hardly anything. Although it's good in one way, it's bad in another way. So get me notice, everyone. Share with everyone you meet in the street and everywhere. Right, okay. As I go biffing these people, this isn't the best game in the world, but it suffices. Just back and forward. There's no real depth like you would get with Golden Axe. You have to compare it with Dragon Ninja. Is it better than Dragon Ninja? Well, it's more advanced, I say, than the Amiga version, but it's not that brilliant. 1989. I suppose it's an early Commodore Amiga game, so let's give it some kudos for that. Dynamic Software, they did quite a lot of games on the ZX Spectrum, so this might have been an early transition. And as an early transition, graphically, it's a big step up from 8-bit gaming. Can't wait to play this on the Spectrum as well to see how it compares. But, you know, sounds like they've been taken from a public domain library. Could have done with a bit of extra music on there, maybe, to grow it a little bit, but it suffices. Now, I find it difficult to knock out these dogs. I think we've got to do a kick when they're up in the air, but when are they going to jump up in the air, I do not know. Right, I think I'm going to gradually die on it. Come on, Nick, let's beat up these dogs. If you are a savage dog, then comment below. So this apocalyptic New York, there's mutant rats, mutant dogs. Someone's parked an ice cream van rather badly there in the background. I don't know how they've done that. Want so many ice creams over there. But the tops of the building seem to be taken off a little bit in this nuclear explosion that happened. The chance of that happening must be 0. No, maybe. It doesn't actually say in the instructions this is New York, but I presume it is. From a screenshot I saw, you walk past a smashed Statue of Liberty, rather reminiscent of that scene in Planet of the Apes, where Charlton Heston said they blew it up, or something similar to that. Right, am I going to beat these dogs up, or am I going to run out of energy? The time is still gradually going up in the radioactive-ometer. Now, if I was to get a piece of paper, which I won't do because I'm playing this, and had to write down all of the apocalyptic-style games, then I probably would run out of time. They're everywhere, including Badlands, they're Nitro on Commodore Amiga. They're both racing games set in an apocalyptic world. I can't go past this fire hydrant, so I'm beating up those dogs. Oh man, this is getting a little bit frustrating. Maybe it might be a time for some time later. But the guy is still alive. He's in his blue jeans, and his blue jeans top, he's double jeaned, and he's got white hair. Or is he wearing a white cap? I don't know, Red. Come on, just time the jump in. Do they have what blue fire hydrants in New York? Let me know about that. Lives are in the bottom right, I presume. There's just one guy there. He's got a hat a bit like Jet Set Willie or Manic Miner. Bum 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 bum. Miner meets the rabid dogs of doom. Bum 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 with ice cream van in the background. Bum 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 bum. Right, I've died. Oh god, there must be a knack to doing this. This is quite frustrating. Other beat 'em ups, I suppose, Shadow Warriors, if you want to have a look at that one. There's lots and lots. Motorhead, that was much more advanced than this one. You can go up and down the screen based on the band Motorhead, where you controlled Lemmy. It had a lot of humour in that one. Put your favourite beat 'em up in the comment section. Streets of Rage is probably my favourite on the Mega Drive. That never come out on the Commodore Amiga, unfortunately. I loved it if it done. So outside of that, probably Golden Axe, I like that. And also as well, a game reviewed a little while back now, which I didn't know back in the day, called Skull and Crossbones. It's a bit like a Golden Axe with a piratey theme, which was nice to see. I would have played that loads back in the day. I don't think I played this one a great deal. If I paid full price for this, I would have, I wouldn't have cried, but I wouldn't have been that impressed either. A lot easier than RoboCop 2, but that's got a lot more atmosphere. Again, a little bit underpowered, but it's very early in the Commodore Amiga's run, 1989. It's just in the crossover between 8-bit and 16-bit, so for that example, it's acceptable, although the Amiga could do quite a lot. Right, I've got those dogs done. I'm on stage 1. I'm zone 2 is stage 1. Right. Keep going, Nick. I'm probably not going to complete this to get to stage 2, there, where you've suddenly got a gun and you're shooting people. It looks like it get a bit more exciting. But it looks like with a bit of practice this will be fairly easy. It's not like you're being surrounded by a load of people like Golden Axe or Target Renegade on the ZX Spectrum. It's just like this move can probably do it. The sound effects are okay once you get used to it, but from a critical point of view, it hasn't aged very well, this game at all. There's a few frames of reference. The rats aren't killing you, so that's something. They're just running about, looking for food. Right, good, I can't go up there. Alec, Dragon Ninja. It wasn't called Dragon Ninja, I don't think, in the arcade. It's called Two Bad Dudes, maybe? Something like that. Someone will correct me in the comment section. They generally do. Right, this guy, he bends his legs as he goes down. Biff, biff, biff. We're biffing, folks. Biffity, biffity, biff. Right, I don't know how many games reviews are on this channel at the moment. Probably over 3,000. Yes, you heard that right. Probably over 3,000. So if you want to watch them, then good luck to you. Hopefully it defeats your stress. Keep this thing going. Massive thank you to the subscribers, and also, I would say, a huge, huge thank you to the members, and that is a huge thing. Always on the verge of this channel not being able to do it. I have some tricky times. But yeah, if you want to be a member, click on the join button below. It gives you access to the members section. We put up the games being reviewed next week. They're every Sunday morning. I'm easy like Sunday morning. 1 hit left. Well, that roll's pretty good. Move on. All the windows have been bricked up. I don't know by who. Probably by a bricklayer. That's I've worked that mystery out. There'll be an end of level boss, I'd imagine. So we're getting a fairly good diz for the newbie. Is it kind on the newbie? Yes. You get a couple of lives, so you're going to get some distance straight away. So it's not like you're only going to see the first building get killed. Fighting is fairly easy because I'm commentating at the same time. I haven't been doing particularly well. I've been trying to show you different moves and stuff. What's that all about? Is it just? Oh, I think it was. Oh, it was loading something. Good. Now here's an end of level boss. Which his energy level's on the right. Check out his energy bar. Doesn't seem to be going up again or recharging. You do get some games where the boss recharges energy, and that makes it super duper difficult. No ice cream van at the back of this building. But I think this bloke, although he's taller than me, I think he's going to be pretty easy pickings, because his tactics seem to be just walking very slowly, and that's like limpy gait and doing the odd punch that doesn't connect. Yeah, this bloke's going to be easy. It's just a bit of a grind now. How many times do I have to kick this bloke? Right, 1. I seem to be limited how far I can run across the screen there, so that is a bit bad. I can't go past this point. Oh well, I just wait till he keeps coming up to me, and I just keep doing this. So zone 1 and 2 are really no problem. I wouldn't have thought. I lost a life earlier on, but that was my own stupidity. I shouldn't really have done that. So summary so far, although I have mentioned it, graphically okay for the time. Big step up from 8-bit. Playability, a little bit slow, a bit unresponsive. Easy for the newbie. Could have a bit of music Doesn't have too much soul to it, but would have looked really good from the screenshots. If I got it in 1989, I wouldn't have been disappointed, but as soon as Golden Axe come along, and Motorhead maybe, or Skull and Crossbones, this wouldn't have got any play at all, but I would have preferred it to Dragon Ninja, which is popular in the arcade. So it came out at the right time, but it hasn't aged particularly well. I can't really see a reason why you want to go and play it a great deal of the time now. It's quite generic, really, for the genre. There we go. I think that's quite fair to say. Just need to bop this bloke a couple of times, and then we're doing. I'm not sure what the reviews would have been at the time for this game. I deliberately don't look at those in case it influenced me, because if I don't like the game and all the reviews say it's great, I think, oh, I better say this game's great. I think that's an energy thing there. Maybe that's a Coke can. Maybe I should have picked that up. Don't seem to be able to pick it up. It seems like obvious I should be able to, maybe for a bit of extra time. But that guy's dead anyway, and off we go again. Look at the radioaction level. Was that going to recharge now? I think it's loading something. Load away, unless it's crashed and go black. Sometimes on the Commodore Amiga you've got some sort of like a guru meditation and a load of code. Oh, it's just loaded. Yeah, see, the radioaction level's low, so I should have picked up that can to get the radioactive level a little bit lower. I think that's going to cost me. So that's the bit I don't seem to be doing properly. If I was to load the game again, this is my first go. Oh, people shooting at me now. If I was to load the game again, this is obviously my first go, I would fix that. So it's quite accessible for your first go. I don't think the gameplay is going to stray a great deal from this until you get to part 2, to be fair. Just a reminder, it's an apocalyptic New York, I think. There's been some bad stuff going on, and for some reason we need to beat up a load of hoodlums there to get to the rail station, the underground. To get there, we get a gun, and then we can shoot lots of other people. Good. Biff, biff, baff, off, biff. That's him, dude. I don't know where they train those. The guns seem to have limited range. I think the game might get better once you get a gun, to be fair. There's a clock there. Now, surely I must have to get that. Maybe down and fire. So I'm not getting the upgrades, the pick-me-up stuff, and that seems to probably be key to completing the whole game. Kabiff, kaboof. It's after the war. It's not before the war. It's not during the war. It's after the war. World War III. What's the chances of World War III happening? Well, if you're watching this on YouTube and somehow it survived World War III after that event, let me know. Is this quite reminiscent? Have you got jeans? Have you got brown boots? Have you got white hair? Or a hat that looks like Manic Miner? Have you got a blue jacket? Are you doing this every day through New York, being chased by mutant rats? Now, I'm trying to get the clock, but perhaps it's disappeared. Maybe it was a bit further. It's not fair that I got the police shooting at me, if that indeed is who they are. They look a bit like robots or drones or Terminators, maybe they could be. Terminator. He hasn't got a very good stride, this fellow, but when he does that jump, maybe he can. Oh, time over. See, look, the radioaction level went tops. Time over. So I really needed to collect that clock, and that's game over. Well, you know, I quite enjoyed it. Aged badly, alright for the era, but, you know, acceptable. A lot better was to come. So it's an also-ran, really. Looking back in the history books, it's an also-ran of beat-em-up stroke run and guns. Anyway, hope you liked having a look at that one. That was After the War on the Commodore Amiga, published by Dynamic Software in 1989. If you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.